For so many entrepreneurs, trying to get the capital you need to grow, well, it feels like trying to climb an impossible mountain in the dark. But what if you had a map, a guide, a proven strategy to get you right to the summit? That is exactly what we're breaking down today. A 6-month blueprint to unlock up to $500,000 in business funding. Let's get ready for the climb.
Just stop and think about that for a second. I'm serious. What would that actually mean for your business, for your life? That brilliant idea you've had to put on the back burner, that key person you just can't afford to hire yet, that is the kind of transformation we're talking about.
And let's just be honest, the struggle is so real. You've got these huge dreams, right? But you keep hitting this wall. Maybe the banks have already turned you down. Or maybe you're just sick and tired of draining your own savings, maxing out your personal credit cards just to keep the lights on. You know your business has massive potential, but capital is that one roadblock you just can't seem to get around.
And that's really what this all boils down to. You're not looking for something for nothing. You're just asking for a fair shot to prove yourself, to execute on your vision, and to build the business you've always known you could. This blueprint, it's designed to give you that shot by leveling the playing field.
So here it is. We call it the Ascent Strategy. Now, this is not a gimmick. It's a systematic, proven journey that we've broken down into phases. We start with preparation, that's the groundwork. Then we launch into 3 very distinct rounds of funding, with some really strategic moves in between, all designed to get you to the summit in the next 6 months.
Okay, so before we even think about climbing, we have to build a solid base camp. This is the absolute non-negotiable foundation that makes everything else possible. It's all about getting both your personal and your business credentials in perfect order, so that lenders see you and immediately think, yes, this is a prime candidate for funding.
And part 1 of that foundation, this is your golden ticket, is a strong personal credit profile. Lenders are looking for a 740+ score. They want to see an established history, so over 2 years with at least 3 open accounts. And they want to see your credit card use, your utilization, under 28%. This signals that you're responsible and makes you a low-risk applicant right out of the gate.
Now, I know what some of you are probably thinking. My credit isn't there yet. And listen, that is okay. This is a huge point. You don't have to be perfect right now. The system actually accepts credit partners, someone with great credit who can back your venture. And if that's not an option for you, credit repair is literally built right into the process to help you remove those obstacles.
All right, next up is the vehicle for our climb, your business entity. Now, a new LLC or a corporation, they can secure up to about $100,000. But the real power move here is leveraging an aged entity. A business that's over 2 years old can have up to 2.5 times the funding potential. Why? Because to lenders, that history signals stability and lower risk. That's a massive advantage.
So here's where we get into the nuts and bolts of what lenders are actually looking at. They use automated systems, we're talking computers, to run compliance checks on 3 core pillars: your business's identity, its location, and its communication channels. If even one of these pillars is off or inconsistent, it triggers an automatic denial. It's a simple pass-fail test you have to get right.
And to pass that test, you've got to establish a solid digital footprint. This means a professional website, a custom email address that actually matches your domain, making sure you're visible in business directories, and setting up credit monitoring with services like Dun & Bradstreet. This is the digital paper trail that proves to the underwriters that your business is real, it's established, and it's operational.
Okay, so our base camp is secure. The foundation is solid. Now for the really exciting part, the actual ascent. This is where we begin the strategic 3-round climb towards that $500,000 summit.
Our first milestone is a big one, up to $150,000. And this isn't some far-off goal, this is the immediate target. And believe me, it happens fast.
That's right. Round 1 is all about delivering that immediate liquidity in as little as 3 to 10 days. This is going to come in the form of business credit cards and auto loans, and it's all secured based on that strong personal credit and the compliant business entity we just set up. This is the quick win that gives you the fuel for the rest of the journey. Okay, and this is where the strategy gets really, really smart. We don't just take that money and spend it. No, we build a bridge to the next round. This involves some strategic moves, like purchasing a business trade line, which is kind of like adding a super strong reference to your business's credit file, and opening net 30 vendor accounts. These steps start building a powerful business credit history that is completely separate from your personal credit.
Another one of these pro moves on that bridge is protecting your personal score. The hard inquiries you got from round one, they get professionally removed. This essentially resets the board. Why do we do this? Because too many recent inquiries can look like a red flag to new lenders. By removing them, your profile looks clean and strong, which totally maximizes your chances for what's coming next.
So, with that foundation set and a clean slate, we move to round two, the acceleration. This gets triggered just 30 days after you start, and we leverage that cleaned up profile to go get another $150,000 in business credit cards. So now you're sitting on up to $300,000 in funding. Just let that sink in for a second.
And now we make that final push to the summit. Round 3 is where the real payoff happens for building that separate business credit history. Lenders now see your high-limit business trade lines completely independent of your personal score. And this unlocks up to $200,000 more in high-limit corporate credit, the kind of funding that truly changes the entire game.
So we've made the climb, we've gone through the how. But let's just take a moment and appreciate the view from the top. Let's talk about the why. What does this transformation actually look and feel like for your business?
Because this isn't just about money sitting in a bank account. It's the freedom to scale without being afraid. It's the ability to finally hire that key employee you so desperately need. It's having the power to invest in marketing that actually works. And maybe, most importantly, it's having the capacity to say yes to those big opportunities instead of just watching them pass you by.
And when you look at the return on investment, the picture gets even clearer. The total cost for things like the trade lines, the compliance setup, the inquiry removal, it all comes out to roughly 4 to 5% of the total capital you acquire. So think about that. This isn't an expense. It's one of the most efficient investments you could possibly make in the future of your business.
Now, there are two ways you can walk this path. You can go the do-it-yourself route, but that comes with a really high risk of making sequencing errors that can derail the entire process. The alternative is the done-for-you service, which gives you professional management and guarantees that precise sequencing you need to successfully reach the summit.
So, at the end of the day, the formula is simple, but it is so powerful. A strong personal credit foundation combined with rock-solid business credibility equals truly uncapped potential. The roadmap is laid out, the timeline is precise, and the opportunity is right there in front of you.
You've seen the blueprint. You've seen the step-by-step path from that funding wall all the way to the summit. So the only question left is, isn't it time to stop just dreaming about growth and actually start your own climb?